In this video, we're going to look at exact values of sine and cosine using the unit circle. So before you attempt this lesson, you have to be able to fill in the unit circle, and you have to know our new definition of sine and cosine, which we're actually going to review on the next slide. All right, so recall that if we have our unit circle, we have our angle t, wherever it is, I just say this is t, that hits our unit circle in a point, and the x value is cosine, the y value is sine. So that's the new definition for sine and cosine we have. That's not SOHCAHTOA. All right, cosine is x values, sine is y values. But we have the unit circle, the full unit circle now to help us with this. So this gives us all these separate angles and all their points. So if we know an angle, we now know its point, and we can take the x or y value for sine or cosine. So if I want to find sine of 120 degrees, I find the 120 degree angle, that is this angle. And I see where that angle hits the unit circle. I know for sine, I take the y value, square root 3 over 2. Oops. Square root 3 over 2. And it's that simple. When you have the unit circle as a tool, all right, you can find your sine and cosine values pretty quickly. All right, what about cosine of 240? All right, we've got to find the 240 degree angle. That's here. And for cosine, we take the x value, in this case, negative 1/2. All right, so if you have the unit circle, you just use that to your advantage. All right, sine of 780. All right, we set to find 780 on a unit circle, and you'll notice it's not on there. All right, why is 780 not on there? Because 780 is bigger than 360 degrees. So now I have to use our coterminal angles to our advantage. All right, we know we can always take an angle and subtract 360 degrees from it and basically get the same angle. So I do 780 minus 360. I get 420. 420 is still bigger than our biggest angle on the unit circle, which would be 360. So I have to do it again. All right, so I get 60 degrees. So 780, 420, and 60 are all basically the same angle. So the sine of 780 is going to be the same as the sine of 60. And 60 I can do because that's on the unit circle. That is here. And its sine is 1/2. Oh, sorry, no, its cosine is 1/2. Its sine is the square root of 3 over 2. I can take the y value for sine. All right, so when you get an angle that's not on the unit circle, just use our coterminal angles, either add or subtract 360 until you get an angle that is on the unit circle. All right, cosine of negative 420. All right, again, if you look on our unit circle, all the angles are positive, so negative 420 is definitely not on there. But I can use coterminal angles, in this case, adding 360 degrees. So negative 420 plus 360 is negative 60. Still negative, so I'll do it again. It's going to be positive 300 degrees. And positive 300 degrees is on my unit circle. It's right here. And I'm doing cosine. Cosine's the x value, so I get the positive square root of 3 over 2. All right, so that's my final answer. All right, so here's one for you to try on your own. All right, find the value of sine of 510 degrees. All right, I'll show you the answer in 3, 2, 1. And the answer you should end up getting is 150 degrees. All right, one more for you to try on your own. Normally we don't do 2 on your own, but I want you to try one more because they're sine and cosine. All right, so go ahead and try this one on your own. I'll show you the answer in 3, 2, 1. And the answer you get is the cosine of negative 330 is the square root of 3 over 2. All right, so now go ahead and practice this. All right, for this skill check, you can use your unit circle that you've already filled in, because this is more about showing you how to utilize that unit circle to figure out your sine and cosine values. In the future, there'll be a lesson where you can't use the unit circle, but for now, we're still getting kind of used to this sine and cosine stuff, so you can still use your unit circle to find your sine and cosine values.